Cool. So, um, let's get started. Welcome
Yes.
on. This is our first of our communal Tools for Peace practices. I'm your host for today, Carlos, and here with me is Danielle.
Hello,
Hi.
everyone.
So, we're just going to give you a little intro to who we are, um, kind of go back and tell you a little bit of our story and how we've joined Tools for Peace and how the practice itself has transformed uh, our lives or just the way that we see the world. So I went and got my 200-hour yoga teacher training done. And shortly after is when I found Tools for Peace. And they've been amazing from the start. They welcomed me with open arms. And I'm just excited to be here and be a part of it.
Thank you, Carlos, for sharing. And to all of you, I just like to introduce myself. My name is Danielle, and I am a facilitator in training with Tools for Peace. I have been affiliated with Tools for Peace for, I would say, maybe two years as well, and I've just been so blessed to be affiliated and coordinated with everyone, with all the folks at Tools for Peace, and in a way, um, it's just been amazing to develop my practice a bit more, down another avenue, and learned how to create more space for, create more space for myself, as well as create space for others, which I've over the years I've found to be very interesting and very complex, continuously complex. And I have just found overall this journey to be inspiring, and I'm very happy to be here with you all. So that's me.
Thank you, Danielle. So that's just a little bit of who we are. And um, hopefully we'll get to know each other a little bit more. Uh, but what are we doing here? What's the purpose, right? So we thought, our curriculum is great, and you know what we do, our practices with students and outside workshops is amazing. But we wanted to kind of create this more of a regular communal practice, so that we don't forget the things that we learned, and so that we can continue to practice these things and uh, be mindful and kind of just share a safe space, right? Because how often do we get these, and how blessed are we to have a practice like this, right? um, and so this practice is for you, and uh, however you want to practice, whether it's directly alongside with us, if it's just you playing it in the background while you clean your room, um, you make it what you will. And there's no pressure to be anything or do anything. We're here to just create the safe space, right? And so I'm going to refer to my book on this one, just to kind of give you a little bit of the Tools for Peace, um, his outlook on change. So I'll start with a quote by Socrates, and this says, "The secret of change is to focus all of your energy not on fighting the old, but on building the new." So the secret of change is to focus all of your energy not on fighting the old, but on building the new. So we'll just kind of give that a moment and kind of think about that quote. And what does that mean to you? And I'll ask, since Danielle's here, to kind of bounce off, what do you feel? What does that quote mean to you, Danielle?
I think I resonate, with the idea of building the new. That struck a chord with me. And just this idea that, the secret of change, something about change that may discomfort us, but kind of looking beneath the events that arise and looking at the energy that we can use in terms of focusing on what can bear fruit or what in the future we can move forward to, as opposed to focusing on something that's already here. So and maybe that whatever is already here is not really resonating with us or makes us feel really uncomfortable. um,
Right.
but I like the idea of building on the new. Like it makes me feel hopeful.
Yeah. And
um,
so Danielle has a meditation for us that she has volunteered to lead. So excited for that.
yeah, before we practice, take some time to find a position that's comfortable for you. And that could be, laying in a chair or taking a walk or even standing. I think there's many different ways that we can embody this this idea of change. And you've gotten into a position that feels right. I invite you to close your eyes and rest your hands on your knees. Bring your awareness to the touch on your body, whether you're seated, whether you're standing, or even walking. I invite you to also feel the weight of your body on your chair or cushion. Take a few deep breaths. While you're breathing deeply, relax your shoulders, your stomach muscles, the muscles in your face, your hands, and your legs. Let go of all the tension in your body. Now bring your attention back to your breath. Notice what it feels like as it enters through your nose, goes down your throat, feeling your lungs, and back out through your nose. Notice your stomach and chest rise and fall with each inhale and exhale. And allow your breathing to be natural and relaxed. what's great about this practice is that whenever you become distracted, you can gently bring your attention back to the sensation of your breath, going in and out. Maintaining this mindful awareness, let's take a moment to think about change. Absolutely everybody and everything is changing all the time. Take a look at the nature of time. See how quickly each day passes, each morning, each night, each minute, constantly moving into the next. Think about the four seasons. Trees and plants are green in spring and summer. In autumn, it gets colder and the leaves turn red and orange. When winter arrives, the temperature drops and snow falls. Then it's time for spring, and the cycle begins all over again. Think about the history of our planet. Dinosaurs used to roam the earth, but are now extinct. The earth's surface has changed significantly over time. Huge mountains have been leveled by glaciers, while new continents have been created by earthquakes. If we look carefully, we can see that the earth is in a constant state of change. Now let's examine the universe. The planets and stars that appear in the sky change over time. The stars themselves are changing. Some are in the process of being born, while others are in the process of fading out. Everything from the tiniest cell in your body to an entire universe and everything in between is in a constant state of change. I invite you to think about your body as a whole. It is made of skin, muscles, bones, and organs. Think about how each part of the body is made of much smaller parts, like cells. While we can't see them, they are constantly moving, changing, and multiplying. On a cellular level, there is constant movement and change. How else does your body change? How often do your thoughts and emotions change? On average, we have about 50 to 70,000 thoughts a day. Our thoughts are constantly changing. How have your likes and dislikes changed? Your taste in music and clothes? Your choice of friends? If you can recognize this process of change, it can become a great opportunity. Every moment is a chance to determine your next step. You can turn right or left or move forward in whatever direction you choose. Now let all of your thoughts, images, and feelings dissolve. Like a cloud dissolving in the sky. And let your mind rest. When you are ready, gently bring your attention back to the touch of your body on your seat. You can also do gentle movement. Begin to open your eyes. Thank you for practicing with me and meditating on change.
That was great. Thank you, Danielle. You have such a good, like, meditative leading voice. I found myself distracted a lot, kind of lost. And then you're such a good anchor that, so thank you for that. And now I'd like to invite you all to, if you'd like to pause the video and just kind of write down what your experiences were with that meditation, whether you got a lot of a lot of different things that came up, whatever came up during that, I invite you to just take a moment and reflect. And before we move on to the next segment, I would just like to remind you, all of you, that Danielle and I are we're both facilitators, and we're trained in the Tools for Peace curriculum. But at the same time, we're also students in this, just like you. So don't feel intimidated if you get distracted during these meditations. I know it's not the easiest to stay focused while meditating. And so just don't get discouraged by that. It's totally normal.
I'd like to shift over to our discussion questions. And I invite you to press pause, after, these questions that are asked. And if you feel comfortable, you can journal, or you can even share the answers in the comments below. But a question that I'd like to ask is there anything in your life now that you view differently because of your awareness of change? And this question,
yeah, I guess, just for everyone out there listening, just taking a moment to reflect on that question as well. And so that kind of concludes our community practice for today. And how wonderful it's been to share this space with Danielle.
yes.
Yeah. Last words, Danielle, for the group?
Absolutely. I think in terms of change, right? Like, it can be really difficult and challenging concept to think about, and can even make us feel insecure and anxious. Like, I know for myself, it's made me anxious and insecure continuously. It's uncertainty, right? And if these feelings came up for you this week, don't worry, you're not alone. Everyone is continuing to process change the best way that they know how. And it's an ongoing process and practice, really, of being able to hold change and hold the experience. And so I encourage everyone, and this is even for myself, right, to take every moment, in a form of an opportunity. And like, while we can't control every aspect of our life, we can control, similar to what Carlos was saying, the way that we react to what is occurring and arising. And more extensively, we can really control our power of choice in our relationship to change. So that's what I'd like to add. And it's been a pleasure spending time with you all and Carlos.
Absolutely. Yeah. So for everyone out there listening, if you have any comments, questions, if you just want to connect, please comment down below. We do have a Facebook group and an Instagram page. I believe it's Tools for Peace. And yeah, this is a great first session. I hope everyone out there got a little bit of a little bit of work, a little bit of practice today, and just showing it was huge. So thank you for taking the time to be with us.
Thank you.